Today's episode of Livin podcast is proudly brought to you by the Christmas Heirloom Company.
The Christmas Heirloom Company is the only shop like this that you will find in Australia. And this year, they are located at Westfield for West Lakes.
Right up until Christmas Eve, so get in there and get all your Christmas goodies.
Be quick so you don't miss out. We should have the bells at the start of this one.
Yeah, I have to do them in post.
Merry Christmas.
You know, I love a good bell. I love a jingle bell in a Christmas episode.
Oh my gosh.
Wherein we believe it's bells, but it sounds like maracas.
I'm back.
Summer Christmas.
Woo-hoo. Welcome back, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
To another episode of Livin podcast. I believe it's episode number 85.
Whoa. Hang on.
Am I right?
Yeah, carry the one. Yes, 85.
85. Hi, everyone. It's Nancy.
Hi, everyone. It's Vince. Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. I was distracted by the high five for the 85.
85.
Yeah, we did it. Well, we're so close.
Wow.
We've
One
made
more to
it,
go.
and we've
but
made it
yeah.
great. And here we are, one episode to go, the penultimate. The penultimate episode of season 2 and the penultimate one for the end of the year. 85 conversations across 2 years so far.
Yeah. Not a full 2 years because we started in April, don't forget. So we
the
turned
first
2
year. I was like, the
April.
first year we started in April.
Correct.
Holy
But we are
dolly.
wearing our Christmas
Yes.
hats today. Yes, because the silly season is upon us. But not just that. We want to know, how far do you go
At Christmas time.
at Christmas time?
How far do you
to
go?
get into the spirit.
Yeah,
Or
because-
do you, don't you?
Well, it's funny because some people haven't put their trees up yet.
Oh.
Although by the time this comes out, it's going to be pretty close to it. If you still haven't, guys, ring the alarm, ring the
Wow.
jingle bells,
Yeah.
and get the tree out. What are you doing? But we do it on pageant day in South Australia. A lot of people, I say we, but a lot of people have that tradition here.
Correct. We
which
we
is
do
pageant
too.
day. You do too?
But this year it was a week earlier.
Okay, but hang on. So
Yes.
we did it the week after pageant day because the kids
Same.
went to the pageant. Did we? Did we do it that day? No, we must have done it
I don't
after.
think you did either. I think we both did it on the same weekend.
Yeah, but like I think there is something nice about that because it is sort of like
Santa
Halloween.
has landed.
how a Halloween sort of
Yes.
comes and goes.
Yep.
And you sort of only have those decorations up for
But
a
it was
little day
this-
or 3 or a week. But then it's
Yeah.
like straight away in our house where like Christmas is the turnaround. Because then we do Thanksgiving at the end of November, which also is
Yeah.
like that sort of lead into Advent for us.
But I just found it too quick this year because the 31st of October being Halloween, and then it was the 2nd of November, the pageant
Yeah.
this year. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like too quick. I
No
needed
time.
that extra week
Yeah.
to get the tree up and get organised.
And how
But
far do you go? We're asking that question today at Christmas time because I know that we love decorations. And I even remember growing up, there was like a year where all of a sudden my sisters and I and my brother were like, you know what, let's go all out. And we used to have those, we had archways everywhere in our house, brick archways everywhere. And we would have tinsel hung around them or
Yes.
like these hanging fireworks. Remember those
Yep.
ones that look like fireworks, but it's just like an aluminium or a tinsel type
Oh,
material.
yes, yes,
But it
yes.
would be like
I know the
everywhere.
one.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
Yes.
So you'd have like those hanging from the ceiling, or we had baubles hanging like above the dining table for
Yep.
Christmas dinner. Like it was just, it looked like the Magic Cave.
Yeah.
We didn't do that every year, but when we did, it would be like, wow.
I have
How far do
found
you go with decorating?
now, since having Jaden, way more. I don't even myself as a kid, I remember the Christmas tree and that's about it.
Yeah.
But now I went from, when we used to live in a townhouse, so I would put tinsel around the balcony balustrade and stuff so people could see it driving past. I would do that. And so every year I think, then we moved and I remember last year I just put some fairy lights up.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just keep it simple, stupid. We did an episode on that a few weeks ago. But now this year I find that every year I'm adding and I'm
something.
loving it. This year I've added. So I've taken down the lights from last year because they stopped working. They were faulty. So I got some new ones and I've put blue lights around the poles around the house. And then I've put I've got a laser that reflects onto the house, different coloured like bells and trees and
that's cool. All
Santa.
right. Okay.
And it's all solar, and I'm so proud of myself because, you know, come 9 o'clock, I kind of look down the hallway and I see things flashing from the front, and I'm like, they are on.
How do you
baby.
like? It's funny. I have a really traditional stance on like decorations and like the light shows. So like, there's a lot of these new light shows that houses do. You see them on TikTok or whatever, where it's like full laser shows and they're in time to music, or they play movie clips. And it's like, it's full on.
Yeah.
Whereas I love like just a traditional like
the lights, the coloured lights,
simple coloured lights. Like even like when you see those blue ones, it looks a bit like a UFO. I'm a bit like, is that like a Jasmine? It's not classic Christmas. I like white lights.
Well, I'm going to confuse
like
you, and
the classic red, green, and blue and yellow and.
I'm with you with the traditional colours, but I made a big mistake. Why? Big mistake this year, and now that the fact that you've even mentioned it, I'm going to twitch, and I'm probably going to have to get new ones for next year. What? So what happened was the lights last year that we were using at the outside of the house, they all stopped. I took them back. I got my money back because they were all faulty bar one packet, right? So I kept it, the one that was still working. But then from memory, because it was cool white, the light, not a warm white. Yes. I remembered it being cool white, but what I remembered when I went to buy new ones this year, I thought to myself, oh, the packet I've got is blue light, because I saw blue light in front of me as an option. Yeah. So then I went and bought blue lights to match the packet that I thought I had, but in fact it was just cool light. So I've got these random blue lights around my poles, which I could have gotten multi, and that hurts my soul.
I'm sorry to do that to you.
Yeah.
And you know what upsets me as well?
So now it doesn't go, I'm sorry for the people driving past my house. I'm sorry.
For me, the OCD's out there. But when you don't get the same, like you try to buy more of the same lights and you can't ever buy the same brand. Yeah. And there's always like a difference in their tone or something like that. I used to do lights at mum and dad's house as well, which is always nice. We'd do like the balcony or like wrap it down the staircase when I could, like just go all out. I love when like one of our first Christmases here, it must have been the first one after Leonardo, because he was born. Yeah, our first one was we just moved in, but the first one after he was born, we had like Joy just went crazy with it, and she loves it. Like, so do I, like decorating. So we had like the garland down the staircase and 3 Christmas trees at the top of the stairs. And there's a gold Christmas tree down here. There's about 12 wreaths in the house. Yeah, it looks like the North Pole most days. It's beautiful, but like you walk around, you're like, oh my goodness, like every corner.
There's a feeling. It's nice.
But then I was like, oh, we're having a garland. She was like, no, got rid of it. Too much. Too much.
Oh,
I love it. Okay. So no, it's a bit off theme. It was a bit too much last time.
And I can't remember if I told you on air or not that, you know, at home, Jaden and I call you the Grinch because he's not into it like us. Yeah. But wait.
Not into it.
I think we're softening him out.
His heart grew 3 times bigger that day.
Because this year, there I was, because I normally just do it on my own, because I'm like, he's not into it. I enjoy it. I'm just going to get it done. This year, as I was out the front putting up the lights, he walked past and I looked down the corridor and he yelled out, do you want some help? And I went, yeah.
Yeah.
And he came and helped me. And I was like, Jaden, I don't think Dad's the Grinch anymore.
He's into it.
I think he's, slowly getting into it.
When you say he's the Grinch, is it just like he's just not into Christmas?
No, I think it's just bloody the work. Like I'll say like, oh, can you get the Christmas tree out so we can put it up today? Oh. Like it's not so much that he's not into Christmas. It's like, oh, I've got to go dig out the shit. I've got to go dig out the tree. Yeah. So no, he is. He's softening up.
I want to have I want to build in the next house a Christmas tree room, basically like a cupboard that is there full time where the tree lives in it, prepared all year round.
Nah,
behind like a built-in.
I like the idea.
It takes some planning. No, but I would love to just bring it out. But I love the idea of I love dressing the tree.
My mum does that. Now she's downsized, and she's got a small tree. Last year when I said, Mum, it's time for the tree to go, I went and got a garbage bag.
Yeah, just put it over the top.
Huge one, put it over the top, put it in the shed. And this year, pulled it out. We are here again, thanks to Christmas Heirloom Company, located at Westfield, West Lakes. And did you know these guys have been creating pop-up shops around Adelaide, the only store in Australia like this, for the past 8 years. But for 4 of those 8 years, they have won Franchisee of the Year.
Not only are they a one-of-a-kind store in this country, they are a multiple-time award winner. And they're open this year, right up until Christmas Eve. You can go in there at Westfield, West Lakes. They've got the most amazing range of not just ornaments, But there are the
trees. Their trees are divine.
I was going to say the Nutcracker statues.
Yes.
I can't get over some of this stuff there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, guys, get down to the Christmas Heirloom Company at Westfield, West Lakes, right up until 24th of December this year. Get yourself some goodies. And if you don't know what they've got, get onto Instagram
Yes.
at Christmas Heirloom AU.
Absolutely. And being a pop-up shop, if you must be following their socials or their Facebook page,
Yeah.
because that way next year you'll know where they're going to pop up.
That's right.
So jump on.
Last year was in the CBD.
Correct.
This year it's West Lakes.
That's
Who
right.
knows where they'll be next year?
I know.
I might get them to come and set up here. Place needs a bit of a zhuzh.
Absolutely. Christmas Heirloom Company, Westfield, West Lakes. Give them a follow. Fine. But no, there is something about it when you do have little ones.
I love dressing the trees. One of my favourite memories
Love it.
is
And then-
decorating it.
And then redecorating when they leave the room because
So we did
it's
the
not
Monica
a
Gala
g-
last year where we literally were like, go free for it, whatever you
Yes,
want. So they did
yes.
half and we did half. And then when they went to bed, we just spun it around.
Yep.
Love
Love
it.
it. Love it.
Love
Love
it.
it. Love it. But how far? Some people go like all out. I know with the Christmas Heirloom Company, I've been there on their opening night.
Yes. So you would see everyone who knows, they're the ones who
They
know what they want.
They know. They're lining up at the
Yeah.
door.
I want the
literally.
sled. I want the nutcracker. I want the giant snow globe. I want the wreaths. I want the trees.
But they
I love
are
it.
they are customers that have been there year after year, and they're
Yeah.
back to add something every year. That's what I feel like I'm doing. I add
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
every year, and I
Yeah.
love it. Storage is an issue, but there's something
that's the
beautiful
That's the one
about
part
it.
of like Christmas is the storage.
This is why I feel like, well, they are sponsoring the show, but I feel like I'm doing it unauthentically. It's actually authentic. They've mentioned to us their hire business
Yeah.
is purely for that reason. For some businesses,
'Cause they
they
can't
don't
store it.
have
That's right.
the storage.
It makes
space.
total sense.
Yeah.
It makes total sense. If I could do it,
Yeah.
I would do it.
Absolutely. Tax write-off as well. Why not?
100%. Well, I
Advertising.
actually, I'm a big fan of the nutcrackers. Like, I want to do giant
Yes.
nutcrackers at the door.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes,
To me,
that's-
this is classic.
Yeah, love it. Love it. The light-up ones, their little vests light up.
Yeah.
That's
How far do
awesome.
you go with your presents? Here's something. Like, I know that we've talked a little bit about, like, we did worst gifts and stuff
Yes.
for birthdays and Christmas time. But how far do you go with presents? For example, like,
Mm.
we don't, and I've been probably the driver behind it very much because we have a lot of nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
We always were like, you know what, when you get to 18, you're maxed out.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting a gift
Yeah.
from, like, the kids.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
fair enough.
You're not a child anymore. Bit rough. But I still give you a card. I might give you a voucher maybe, but I don't have to. Like, you're an
Yep.
adult. My siblings, like for the grown-ups, we do like a baked, like Joy might give them like a box of like baked gingerbread
Yep.
or something like,
Yeah.
a gift that we would make
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
But not individual gifts for like sisters, brother-in-laws, everyone.
No, we do the
You do
family KK.
family KK. That's, we've talked about it
and the
every
kids
year.
are in that.
Yes.
But with the little ones, they get something.
And that's what we've talked about doing for
Yeah.
years. We've just never done it.
Yeah.
But then, like, even then when it's like, okay, between all the nieces and nephews, if I was spending $50 a kid, I'm then spending, $600-700 minimum.
See, no,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
No.
Because it's not what it's about
No.
for us or whatever. So
That's right.
I think last year we gave them like a personalized bauble and maybe like $5 cash for the little kids.
Yep.
So like $5
for a little kid to
for
go
a little
spend
kid
it.
to
Yeah, that's
buy
cute.
something.
Yep.
But also it's a personal gift that we've made that's
Yeah.
got your photo and yourself in. Like it's
Yeah.
a bit more, I'll spend money on that.
Yes.
Or we say as well, like, let's do experiences. Like,
Yes.
let's do something that, like,
Yes.
oh, so you're not going to get, here's a card with a small token, but we're going to go to the zoo for the day.
Yeah.
Or, like, we're going to take you out for
Love
a
it. Yes.
experience
Yeah.
because they're the things I think that the kids, not just ours, but like
Yeah.
families, children, are going to remember.
Yep. I feel like this year, I don't know, maybe next year, I don't know when it stops, but I feel like Jaden's getting to the end of, because, some of his cousins still buy him presents because he's one of the littler ones.
Yeah.
But I think, need to start talking through because I'm sure that will stop and he'll still get presents from us. It's enough. They have everything. But what I have done, what I haven't downsized by no means, because I can't, just doesn't matter what it is. The thought process is huge for me.
Yeah.
Like I think I've probably spent a little bit less because the family's growing. I've got
Yeah.
new babies that have come along in the family
Yeah.
that I need to buy for. So I've probably spent a tiny bit less, but not with the thought process. I have put so much love and thought into it, so that they might not like it, but it wasn't just I'm going to grab that for them. I never
Yeah.
do those
Same.
presents.
And that's why we like, I would rather make something,
Yes.
homemade cards,
Yep.
experiences, or like, again, do something that
Yep.
has more value than
Yeah.
just, it's not going to end up in the bin in 12 months.
Yes, that's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
and like
right.
even I know there's always a lot of parents out there that are like, oh, but they should have something to open on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
They're not going to go without.
Yeah.
They're going to open plenty of things.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
What I do remember as a kid, which I love, and we haven't done it with Jaden just because, you know, he's little, he's getting bigger now, so I'm sure we can start doing it. But we used to do like the midnight mass.
Yes.
And then go home and
do
then
presents.
open the presents then. And we have never done it. Jaden's probably, you know, he's seen probably midnight 3 times in his whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm almost thinking like I love that idea as well. I used to love going to midnight
Mass was one of my favourite things. And then even as I like going into like as an adult.
Yeah.
When we were adults and we'd be like, my siblings and mum and dad, like we'd all be like, okay, so we're going to meet, like if we weren't spending Christmas Eve together, if we were at, say, like respective partners, families or whatever, as we were older, then we'd be like, so I'll meet you at church at 11:30.
Yes.
Like, and we'd all meet there at midnight. And I just felt, you know, or like I remember there was one year, I had been out at like a Christmas Eve club party, which was like the one and only year I ever did it. I got absolutely pissed wildly. It was so good. Met my brother at church. I just remember getting Hungry Jacks afterwards, but like during
asking forgiveness,
asking for forgiveness on Christmas Eve, and just being like, "Wow, that was one of the most fun off the hook Christmas Eves." But I just remember going to church and my brother was like, "Are you paro?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm rattled, but I'm having a great night."
Yeah,
so let's go to church. Then we got a bacon deluxe afterwards. Over at Hungry Jacks. It was a perfect Christmas morning.
I've also found a little bit. I've been mentioning this to a few people lately, and I think, you know, some people wouldn't even know, but Christmas Day itself gives me a little bit of an anxiety.
I think it gives a lot of people a bit of an anxiety.
Yeah, but it does probably since having Jaden, just because now that he's a bit, you know, he's old enough to. Okay, let me explain why. Eugene's family's in Melbourne. Yeah. His parents are in Melbourne, and we've always, since my elder sister's been married, she's always gone to lunch with her in-laws. Family, So from, you know, it's been 35 years, however long they've been married, or more, that we've always done Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Which was fine, I don't know, growing up, because you're in the house with all your other siblings, so you still got stuff to do and it's exciting, you're playing with your new presents. But I find now that I'm really anxious because it's such a long day
to get to the night. Yeah, especially if you've got nothing like.
So we don't have anything really to do. And there was a few years that I would go to a friend's house for lunch. So beautiful, so beautiful. But then I also was mindful that that's their lunch. Yeah. And I don't like to, because I love our because we do a KK day separate.
Yes.
Because on Christmas night there's sometimes, you know, aunties, uncles, cousins, there's extras.
Yeah, for sure.
So we do KK day separately, which it's my favourite. That for me is like my Christmas day. It is the best. It's during the day. The kids just love it. Santa comes, brings all the presents. It's awesome. But Christmas Day itself, I find as well, if we get up and choose to go to church that day, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But you get up, you got dolled up.
Then you're just sort of sitting around. Yeah.
Because it's early. Yep. Then you've come home.
Come home at 10:30 and you've got nothing to do until...
Got your pyjamas on, back to your pyjamas just to hang out.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Your Christmas pyjamas.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and then poor Jaden's like, Mum, can we go now? Can we go now? Not yet, darling.
Too early, mate.
So, yeah, there's sometimes a bit of anxiety there. So we just got to like, you know, and we've gone for bike rides, beautiful family days, but it's like it's a bit...
The anticipation is too much.
Not normal for us to. It's Christmas Day and we're going for a bike ride. It's weird. But anyway.
And it's funny. So like a lot of families want to do like the lunch on, lunch off.
Yes.
One on, one off. And like we're supposed to, we're supposed to like do like Tassie and back, because obviously I've got like in-laws in Tassie. Yeah. So we went a couple of years ago, which was our Christmas year, but we went earlier than Christmas because it was a family wedding. Yes. So we were like, oh, we're here now in October, November. We're not going to come back in December. Just, you know, cost-wise and whatever. So we didn't go back. So then we were out of sync.
Yes.
This year we're back on sync to be here for I think it's our lunch this year. Mm-hmm. And then next year we will go to Tassie for our Christmas. But
beautiful.
My mother-in-law will be here this year, which is so nice.
Oh, that's so nice. But I even feel, even if we got to, and, you know, it's just the way it's always been, and now the family's grown and it's just harder to change so many people. But I even feel like even if we did nothing at dinner and did Christmas lunch. Yeah. Because, you know, once you've stuffed your face, like you're ready to just
that's what we always say.
That's like what most people do, I think.
The year that we have the nighttime, because everyone's been at their in-laws, you're stuffed. So it's not even dinner. We do like Christmas Eve or Christmas night nibbles. Yeah. Come for drinks and we'll put some little spondine out, a little platter, a little serve.
Yep.
Little spread, and then that way you just pick.
That's
Grace,
right.
don't feel like you need to eat a full Christmas dinner again because
Eugene, myself, and Jaden always rock up to Christmas night dinner the only ones starving. Not
Yeah,
that we
but
haven't eaten
how-
during
yeah,
the day,
yeah, I
but
know
we
what you
haven't
mean.
eaten the way that everyone
been
else
eating.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes, you'll get somewhere and they're like, oh, we haven't done much because we know everyone's full, and we're looking at each other going, I'm not full.
I'm not full. I'm ready.
I want all
Got
the
my
things.
maternity pants on and I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
But yeah, look, and Christmas can be a time of sadness for so
many people. It can be
So
a very lonely time
I'm
as well.
not complaining at all, but yeah, it can be lonely, can be lots of things. You're missing loved ones. It's just, it's something
It's wrapped up with a lot of emotions for a lot of people.
different
Definitely.
for everyone. So whether you go all out or you keep it simple, again, no right or wrong.
No right or wrong. Celebrate it however you want to celebrate it. And if you are celebrating.
Yeah, that's
For
right.
others, it's just a summer holiday.
Yeah,
They
that's
go,
right.
I've just got a holiday today.
That's exactly right.
That's cool
it.
too.
But if you've maybe had a tradition, that you've done, or maybe you've, I don't know, done it so many years the same way, maybe, I don't know, break out of it. What can we do this year that's different? This is what I'm actually myself.
Doing at the moment.
I'm
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
trying to think, okay, I know that my day is going to be different.
Yep.
It's going to be long. It's just the three of us. I'm like, right. So my brain is ticking to come up with something to just try and make it a little bit more special, a bit different. So
I just think you've got the whole Henley Beach is your backyard. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like so walks
yeah.
on the beach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh goodness. I
Yeah.
can't wait for just beach days this summer.
Yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring
Let's
it
go.
on.
Oh well, look, hey, one more episode next week.
Yes.
But Merry Christmas.
Merry
Fun.
Christmas
We got
to
one more.
those celebrating or
I like-
happy festive season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. The season's greetings.
Yeah.
Okay? That's it. Bring us
Yeah.
some figgy pudding.
Yeah.
The I really like, just a spoiler alert, the title for next week's episode.
Yeah.
Our wrap up, the Christmas wrap.
I love it.
But I love that we've got like
Is that like a wrap?
I was doing like WRAP, like Christmas wrapping paper.
Yeah, but I was like,
I love it. Either way, I'm totally into like the
You like it?
Christmas themed
Yeah?
back to back. Yeah, definitely.
it.
I'm going to go
All
hang
right.
some stockings up, all right? See you next week. Another Monday, another episode of Livin. Thanks to the Christmas Airline
another
Company.
episode of Livin.
Oh, here she goes. I love
It's
it.
going to be on Mondays, not on Sunday. It's going to be fun.
Keep going. You're spitting fire. Don't stop now.
I want a finger bun.
Thank goodness you finished that sentence. I got to run.